Righty, hey, good evening and welcome. Here we are again on Tuesday night with Logistical Nightmare Racing. It's the last round of the GT4s tonight, and we're coming to you from Oulton Park in the UK. A tricky little track, but it certainly suits these guys, although we have seen the GT3s also race around here. But yeah, so there we go. We've come to the end of the season. As our fearless leader said, there will be some fun events happening through the in the month during the month of April, Easter weekends and all of that. So we'll have to see who's keen. They'll be free to join events, yeah, more about that on the Discord channels, and let's see what's happening this evening. So as pointed out, it's Oulton Park, the full version. So it includes the Shell Oils corner, the hairpin right down at the bottom next to the lake, and both chicanes, Falstons and Knickerbrook. Very tricky track, I must say. Undulating, it causes dramas coming down towards the Cascades. There's a downhill section there. There's an uphill section at Clay Hill. Lodge corner, the last corner, you've got a dip before you get onto the main straight, and that little deer leap. I've seen cars get all out of sorts around here, so we should see some good racing happening. How's it, everyone on the YouTubes? Thanks for coming. Sean Prinsley, how's it, buddy? Tintin Quarantina's there. And we're watching, we're in clear mode here. Let's get it into broadcast mode. There we go, it's Niall. And he's here this evening for this new secretive racing club called the LNR Snail Squad. So anybody keen to join that special gang, apply within. There we go. Mr. Dupree out and practicing. This is Tintin Q Racing. Absolutely and 100% definitely a link with our 4x4 in the big Camaro with our man Tintin Quarantina on YouTube. There we go. Kalen Mawa, he is also out in the Roses, the police Camaro, jet black, as you can see in the livery. Oh, and somebody's in the kitty litter there. That's one of the multitudes of Porsches that you can see here this evening. That was in fact Anthony Wilson, I believe. No, it wasn't. Yes, it is. So Anthony Wilson's chilling. He's having a little picnic under the trees. Oh, there we go. Back to the pits. Here's Lee Bullion. The Beefaroni Racing. That was it. I had to think about it for a bit. Jeff Hardacre. He's sitting in the pits in the yellow, white and black Porsche, Cayman Porsche. Renier Duplessis out in the Mighty, as it's known, Mercedes-Benz. Just Mighty, never mind anything else. Ethan Rutter, he's in one of the Alpine cars, and he just had a little drama, as you can see, coming out the second chicane. It's got a very tricky little bump, and he obviously caught that, and that turned the Alpine round. But he's up and off he goes again. Charles Cabernalis, he's sitting in the pits at the moment. Here he is, CRC Racing. Neil Crennan, also in the pits, in the green Aston Martin up there at the back. Wilfred Robson, here he is for Deadman Racing, also running one of the Caymans. Wilfred is now substantially quicker as well, having got a new set of pedals recently. Here's one of the better looking liveries, I must say. It's Dave Young. He's out in the Leipert Motorsport. This is the Man Filter's Green Mamba Mercedes-Benz. Works livery, and that looks awesome. Paul Fenter in the Banana Cab, as it's known. Camaro Baby Banana. Cale Vandenberg, he's up there. Alan R. Pace in one of the Porsches, the silver one. Ryan Berries Barrington Smith, legendary name on the wall already, trophies already inscribed, it's all done. He's got the t-shirt, pretty much done and dusted for this season. I think I only saw Ryan battle once or twice in the wet. Otherwise, complete domination from this man. He unfortunately, I believe, is not going to be racing for about the next 2.5 to 3 months for possibly work reasons. I'm not too sure, but so he's going to enjoy this one while it lasts, that's for sure. It's Ridders, good evening. Christian Romano, one of the wailing Audis, as he throws it into the pits. Wow, that was a little bit hot, but alright. Eclipse Racing Esports. This name doesn't ring a bell, so I think this man's new to our little league, and great to have you here, Christian. And that was very good. That man just did a full-on test on how to get into the pits quickly. Oh, almost hit the Porsche. So cheers to you. At least somebody does these practice runs. Okay, that's free practice done and dusted. We are waiting for the timer to count down, and we will then be starting official qualifying for tonight's round. Oulton Park, there is one compulsory pit stop, a tyre change required. So we'll see some strategies again happen, and see if anybody can get on top of the Porsche brigade, especially Berries himself. But he's got a gang of backups here, as you can see. Niall Bullion, Lee, Anthony Wilson, Mr. Hardacre. There's a lot of them out there.
Green light, give it all you got.
Cavernalis, the only man in the Janetta here this evening. The other one isn't here. And I think the only car capable of bringing it to Porsche tonight are the Yank Tanks, the big Chef Camaros. So let's see what happens there. Right, let's get this show on the road. Camaro's out in force, as you can see. Good couple of them here. 3. Kylan Mawa, Pierre Duprier, and Paul Fenter. There he is in the Banana Mobile. 7 Porsches, 2 Mercedes, Aston Martin, Janetta, Alpine, Audi. So 16 at the moment, unless there's any latecomers. Yeah, the Audi. Wales, the Audi and the Lambos, they're the last. Well, maybe not. Listen, I saw the GT1 cars a good 10 years ago when the V12 still used to race, and the Maserati MC12 and the Lambo Murcielago and the Aston Martin DB9s, they all ran V12s, but they were racing against V8s at the time, which was the Celine S7R and the Corvette C7s. And I saw them at Spa, so similar to this sound, it was that low, deep grumble, as you know, like the Bentley and the Mercedes-Benz. But the GT3 cars, the Audi and the Lambo, are the last of the true wailing engine notes. If you've never heard or seen the Maserati MC12 or the Aston Martin that ran the V12s, live. Just go and look him up on YouTube. Those were incredible sounding cars. But next best thing, definitely Audi R8 and the Lambo. Right, let's put money on which wall that banana mobile's gonna hit. Yeah. There's another perfect area where things can go very wrong. You run too wide there and you hit those, I think that tire barrier there. I think we're going to see possibly the Camaro go into that tire barrier. It's going to run wide, hit the grass and just go. He's quick at the moment. Currently half a second up. So Paul trying to put in a quick lap time here. Looks like a taxi, American taxi on steroids. We should start seeing times come up on the screen. Right, 144.1, Dupree is in. There we go. Paul Fenter didn't put a lap in there, although he was up. He must have gone out of bounds somewhere. So currently the Camaro of Dupree, and there we go. Wade Robson goes quick with the little Porker, a 143.6. So Barrington Smith's just come out the pits, so it's going to take a lap or so for him to get up to pace. Niall Bullion currently 8 tenths up in the LNR Snail Squad Porsche, and he is through the second sector into the third sector. Also makes a nice sound, the flat 6. Hey Garrett, how's it, buddy? And there's Mr. Sean Buck himself. Good evening, sir. Right, now through the final turn, Deer Leap, and he's almost a second up, so here comes a quick lap time. And he goes to the top of the logs, a 143.3 for Niall. I think he was in, yeah. Right. Timing screens are lighting up here. Charles Cavernalis. Yeah, he comes in his Ginetta. He is half a second up at the moment. He's into the middle sector now. Here's this little tricky chicane, and then there's a little bubble right here. And if you go too wide there, you also get turned around. So the drivers need to keep it on the black stuff. But it's so easy to run deep and then hit that speed bump, and that turns the car around. Hey, Gerrit, I hear you. But, yeah, most of us are all back now to full-time. I'm almost full-time. I'm back 4 days a week already. And doesn't it so? I mean, for those of us who were lucky, we pretty much had a year and a half's worth of holiday kind of thing. So it's hard getting back into the swing of things. Right, Charles, over the line he goes, and he's only 3 tenths off Niall's time. So he goes fourth with the little Ginetta. Who's next quick here? It's not Lee, he's just gone through. Oh no, he went off somewhere. Paul Fenter, here we go. He is 3 tenths up. Renier Duplessis, yo, he's very fast up. He goes into the second sector. He's half a second up in the Mercedes. I'll put the timing screens onto normal HUD. Sorry. There we go. So you can see their deltas yourself. I'll leave it like this for Quali. Oh, that Audi was almost in a spot to bother there. Here comes the Mercedes, hits that bump. You can see gets a little bit of a tank slap on. The Audi's back on and going. Right, Renier Duplessis currently 1.2 seconds up on his time. He's sitting 10th, as you can see down here at the timing screen at the bottom. So this will definitely pick him up maybe 7th or 8th. He must have gone off. He didn't. That lap didn't count, unfortunately for him. So he abandons that lap. Barrington Smith still chilling in the pits. So is this man going to do a last to first move here? Kids went back to school today. Full day of work, I'm done. Get a drink, buddy. So I have to say, Ethan Rutter also still chilling in the pits up there. Ryan Barrington Smith is not going to put a lap time in with 1 minute 43 seconds left. So it looks like he's, I'm sure, has won the championship, and he's going to have a bit of fun and try and drive from the back. Who's on a quick lap at the moment? We have Niall Bullion. Here he is. He's 2/10 up. Just through the first sector. Hey, awesome, man. Glad you enjoy it. Again, I've got it maxed out into epic on my game settings, and I'm pushing 13 megs a second. So go and switch up your settings if you want. It can go all the way up to 1440p 60 HD. Right, into the middle sector. Niall Bullion still a 10.5 up. So he's currently on pole, and this will help him improve. Carrot, thanks, dude. Niall already half a second up over the field, so he's almost half a second up as he comes through the last corner. Oh, big tank slapper which he catches. He drops a 10th, but he's still going to go quicker. 142.8, it goes to a 142.5. So just extending the lap time there, and that is that. Quali's done. Who's on a quick lap? Christian Romano. He is a 10.5 up in the Wailing Audi. Look how close it is between him and Duprier. That's like 500ths apart. These guys are all out on a lap. Oh, Lee just lost a whole lot of time there, and he abandons his lap. Anthony's quick. Here he comes through the last corner. He's 2/10. This is going to pick him up. He goes from 12th. He stays in 12th. Kyle Vandenberg. Jeez, my timing screen says this man's 7/10 up. Oh, bounces out of that corner and throws away 3/10 just on that exit. Max Wasabi, how's it? Gran to heavy here, and there we go. That didn't in fact get to the end of his time. So it's Niall at the sharp end of the stick, and at the back Barrington, Smith and Rutter, who didn't put in a time. So Barry's clearly going to try and drive from the back of the grid, and that's going to be interesting. 1.5 minutes to go, then we'll have a full pace lap. Ugh, look at this tree. Can you believe it? Indeed, Niall the alien. So there we go. Christian Romano, absolute newcomer to this league, and on the front row with Niall Bullion. Second row, we've got Dupree and Kalen Mawa, the pair of Camaros, and then behind them, it's Wade Robson in the yellow and red Porsche, followed by Charles Cavernalis in the Ginetta, with Paul Fent up against the pit wall in the yellow Taximobile, Bananamobile. It looks like a taxi. And on his outside, it's Jeff Hardacre in the white, black, and yellow Porsche. Then behind them, it's Dave Young in the green Mamba Mercedes, and on his outside is Neil Krenning in the Aston Martin. "30 seconds, engines lighting up. 1 hour of GT4s from Oulton Park. Here we go. Ethan Rutter in the Alpine Esports at the back of the grid. That's his view. He essentially has 15 cars ahead of him. And he's hammering these tires, building up temperature, as you can see. And I must say, if you do this hard enough, like what he's doing, it actually does generate heat. It's when you're doing these mild, mellow swerves just to look cool, that actually does nothing. But when you put in this amount of effort, the tires actually warm up. Tricky corner this, as you can see the lake on the left hand side. The guys coming in there quickly. You got to have your wits about you. Here they come through the end of the third sector. They'll be lining up side by side now. And we're almost ready to get firing here at Oulton Park. 60 minutes of GT4s. It's the final round of the Logistical Nightmare Racing League. Good looking little field of cars here. There should be some interesting racing. Let's see if the Camaros and this Audi can bring it to the Porsches. Everyone well spaced. It looks good. There we go. It's green. Everyone's off. I'll tell you what, Romano's got the jump on Bullion completely. That Audi's up and going. Niall was kind of sleeping there, and Kalen Mawa also up into third. So he's got his Camaro going, and they're off. First time down to the hairpin. The one Camaro's... Oh, he did bring it in. That's Dupree in the grey and white Camaro. He was almost wide and on the grass. Behind him, Wade Robson in his Porsche, and then Paul Fenton in his Camaro is there. So, whole field coming through. It all looks good. Callan Mauer looking super aggressive here and wanting to have some of the fun here with Niall Bullion. Little tricky technical section this with this little bump. You get this all wrong, it's a big overtaking move because you get a drive all the way down the long back straight. Christian Romano up and going in the Audi. And Kalen Mawash looking very racy this evening in the black Camaro. The thing we must watch out on this track will be track cuts. Quite easy to get a drive through on this track. Okay, we're going in cockpit with Kalen Mawa, and we're looking ahead now at the Porsche and the Audi just up ahead. Oh, he's in big trouble here. He's in big trouble there. Goes right off on the grass, has a huge tank slap and catches it. And that allows Pierre Duprier to catch him, and he's gone past. So Caleb Mauer drops a position. Pierre Duprier up and into third place in his Camaro. So we got all three of them here, and Caleb Mauer's looking a little bit rattled. Paul Fenter's right there in the taxi. Anthony Wilson in 11th place. Neil Crennan just ahead of him with Jeff Hardaker. So big dice is going all the way up and down the field here. And Ethan Rutt is in the pits already with the Alpine, so I think he's had a drama somewhere or he's not happy. Ryan Barrington Smith, here he is. He started at the back of the grid and he is already 5 cars up. So he is driving through the field. I think Ethan is rolling. Here he comes. Ooh, there, you see, you can run a little bit wide there. Oh dear. And that's Lee Bullion in the background. What happened there? Oh, and he's been hammered. He hit the tire wall. He's in drama there. And he goes back to pits. I think Lee's just not happy this evening. A little bit of dust here as we see them coming out of the hairpin. And that this time was the Priya Camaro, I think, kicking up the dirt and dust. Oh, look at Dave Young. Dave Young here in the Mamba Mercedes, all over the back of Wade Robson's Porsche, coming out that chicane. There's a fair bit of off-roading happening by a couple of the cars. Gee. Yeah, agreed. That's Lee out. He ejected back to pits. He couldn't even drive the car, so he's going to go lap down, and I doubt he'll even come out the pits now. Christian Romano almost a second clear now of Niall Bullion. So, and then big gaps all amongst all through the first to fifth places. Next on this man's sights is Neil Crennan in the Sol Aston Martin. So Ryan Barrington Smith just literally out having a good time. And he's going to see exactly how far up the grid he can actually go. No, agreed. Christian Romano. Although Niles hanging in there, he's only 6/10 back. So last laps FYI. Best for Christian Romano, 143.5. Niall Baliona, 143.2. And Pierre Dupré, 143.5 as well. So top three, all very similar lap times actually. And those best lap times are in fact their last lap times, both Romano and Bouillon. So Bouillon's putting his foot down, trying to close this gap quickly now. Oh, can't run too wide there. Gotta be careful, that corner especially. And you can see the gang of Camaros just behind. Dupré coming with Mawa. And Fenter dropped off the back of Mawa by 2 seconds actually. We'll see in this long distance shot. There's the third Camaro. And then the Janetta of Cavernalis. So he's having a bit of fun in that car. And look at Niall Bouillon right under the wing of the Audi now as they come down to the hairpin. So Romano's going to be watching in his mirrors because Niall once passed. It's all about who can get the cleanest drive, because although those chicanes look very simple to navigate, they've got some big bubbles and big sausage curves and bumps. Here's another one. You've got to go through here smooth. And then the exit of this right-hander is a bump on the inside there and one on the outside there. Niall Bouillon looking very good. And onwards they go into the third sector. Barrington Smith not hanging around. He's past Grennan and he's 4/10 back off the back of Hardacre. So Jeff Hardacre is going to be the next in line for the overtake. This will actually be great to see because these guys both in the same car, but just, oh, there's a little bit of pinging going on with Neil Krenning's Aston Martin. Max, definitely. I have been posting and pinging. Oh, I see old Jeff Hardacre just moved across there and let Ryan Barrington Smith go past. But I was pinging the our usual commentator and nobody's seen him and I haven't heard from him for quite a while. So I know he was moving house. I'm just going to double check. There's nothing here that I'm not aware of. Yeah, icon, no messages, nothing. So I don't really know what's happening with the young man, but it would be grand to have him here to come and chat. I'm just also going to have a quick look and see if there's any audio channels. No, there aren't. I thought maybe the drivers would be in 1 or 2 audio channels and we'd go and talk to them, but I can't see them. So not this evening, but yeah, for sure in the future. I have no problem sharing the booth with Ika, and it always helps to get differing opinions. So yeah, let's see what happens. Right, we've had a drama here. Niall Bouillon's dropped back to 4th, so he's had an off somewhere recently that we missed. I'm not too sure how far back. I'm just looking at my timing to see if there's anything relating to an accident, but there isn't. So I think Niall just got super close and maybe made a huge mistake somewhere. Anyway, we missed that. And I don't want to go back a minute in case, you know, we don't see it. Then we've got to wait a minute to come back live. So currently watching Niall, he's got Paul Fenter just behind him. And Dupree and Kalen Mawa, Kamara is second and third at the moment. So whatever did happen, happened while we were watching Ryan Barrington-Smith. Wilfred Robson here in 8th place. Oh, and that position has changed a little bit. He was right there with Mr. Young. There he is. So, last laps. Christian Romano, a 143.1. Pierre Dupree, a 143.6. Mawa, 144.3. Niall Bullion, a 143.7. So whatever happened on the previous lap that we definitely missed there. And Paul Fenter, 143.7. Niall now onto the back of Kalen Mawa's Camaro, so he's now trying to reapply pressure and get back into the podium standings. And we'll stay here as we see Kalen shortcutting through that chicane. Takes a big risk going over that sausage curb. (7:18), 7 in the early evening. As you can see, the sun is setting, shadows are getting long, but it's such a pretty game, hey, really. I mean, look at the lighting and everything. It's amazing. Right, this is looking big into the final corner, and Niall is seriously considering how to get past this Camaro. He gets a good drive through T1. He's going to be next. He falls back in behind the Camaro. Now this tricky long left-hander with a couple of bumps in it. But look at that. Look how quick he is. And he goes right around the outside. Kalen Mawa was asleep halfway through that corner. My word. Niall Bullion goes straight back into 3rd place. Done and dusted. He got the line through that long left-hander perfect, and Kalen all over the place in the Camaro. That's really befuddled him. So Niall puts his head down and starts looking for Dupree, the other Camaro, which is only 2.5 seconds up the road. There he is. So that's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th as you see them on the track. Jeez, indeed, he did make the Camaro look slow. It's almost like Kalen Mawa had missed gears or something, which you can't do in these cars, but he obviously he didn't have the drive, or he was in the wrong gear, I'm not sure. Now putting some daylight between him and Mawa's Camaro. And Paul Fenter closing in also on the back of that. And then a trio of cars in the background. It's Cavernalis, Young and Robson. Neil Krenings in the pits with the Aston Martin, and Ethan Rutt in the Alpine. They haven't come out, or Ethan hasn't come out. And as I presumed, Lee Bullion has in fact disconnected. He just wasn't feeling it this evening, so tough luck there, Lee. Sorry to see you have such a hard time of it, but next season we'll have some more fun, buddy. Right, Paul Fenter definitely closing in on Kalen Mawa's Camaro. I'm watching the Deltas. The only other close race is Dave Young in 7th place further back. Ryan Barrington Smith currently in 9th, so already into the top 10. It's past 5 cars. And next will be Wilfred Robson. Oh, Mr. Fenter gets a drive through. So it only took him 22 minutes, 28 minutes. No, 18 minutes. Oh dear, Niall's in the dramas. That's Niall. Let's go back and see what happens here. What did happen here? I mean, now he's cruising along. He completely just missed his turn in for this double right-hander. Here it comes. Oh, he outbraked himself so badly. Oh, he's trying too hard. That's what he's doing. He's seriously just pushing way too quick, and now he's dropped 4 positions. And, gee, a whole lot of things are happening here. He's just got to settle down. He outbraked himself very badly there. Okay, Paul Fenter is in and out of the pits. Here he comes, so his drive-through is being cleared. There comes Neil Krenning, so he's come out the pits. And these guys are coming to the pits too early, so if they've done repairs, those pit stops haven't counted because the pit window is not open yet. I'm not talking about Paul Fenter now, but the other guys. Yeah, he just literally outbraked himself into that double right-hander. So that was really bad luck. He's just pushing a little bit too hard, and he's gone from 3rd all the way down to 8th. Oh, you see what's missing? The braking point's missing. That's what's wrong. The right-hander, those 2 advertising boards. Let's go back to somebody else. Here we go. So as you come up the hill, then the road turns a little bit to the left. There are 2 advertising boards on the right-hand side. There's the first one. The second one's gone. That's the braking point for this right-hander. So Niall missed it because he couldn't see it and probably ran wide. I'm sure that's what the problem was. Yeah, there you go. Note to self, let's not use boards on the side of the track as braking points because they do get knocked over. Romano, 7.5 seconds up the road here in his Audi. And that pole he just went past is the braking point for this chicane. That also, when that pole gets taken out, then nobody knows where to brake. Peter Prier in his Camaro and Kalen Mawa in his. So we got Porsche Camaro. And there we go. We just got notification the pit window's open. Oh, look at Dave Young. They're having... Oh, no. No, that's Wilfred Robson and Barrington Smith. Jeez, we've got to go back and see what happened here. I saw it in the distance. So Dave Young going around the outside of the hairpin. That's Wilfred Robson just up ahead. And poor old Barrington Smith's going to get collected as they come out the chicane here. The Mercedes. Oh, and there's a little bit of a tap. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's like ping pong. Such bad luck for Barrington Smith. He thought he could sneak through, and unfortunately, a whole lot of dramas happened right there. Oh, this little Porsche. The bonnet's up. He has got ahead of Robson, but the car's not handling. The pit window's open, so I'm sure we'll probably see him come into the pits on this lap, do a fix. But there's some dramas. Let's see if he does come across. In fact, it does. So repairs and Wilfred into the pits. And I think Dave Young, yep, he's also in. So all three of them come in. Repairs, here we go. Sure, some dramas happening here this evening, ladies and gents. Jeff Hardacre, in his little Porsche, he is just behind Paul Fenter. There you can see it. Oh, Ethan, his seat broke mid-race. Oh, so that's where the Alpine went. I saw him in the pits. It was obviously swinging some 10s and 13 spanners. Bad luck, Ethan. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, isn't that the truth? We use movable objects as your braking points. It's like using the little white lines on the track as well, but then what happens when it's nighttime? Well, you can't see it anymore. You've got to use the orange markers on the barriers or the marshalling stations, but you can't use boards. Oh, Kalen Mawa drive through. Let's go and have a look quickly. He just got it. Did he go too wide here? Did he go too wide? He didn't. No. Oh, he's doing his pit stop. So the drive-thru is still going to stand. He's doing his pit stop now. No, that's not helping, Kalen. That's not a stop and go. What are you doing? How did that get cleared? Now, Kale van den Berg's also got a drive-through. So, as I was saying, these this track you can very easily get them by going off track. Oh, geez, we're down to 13 cars. 3 cars gone. I don't understand how Kalen Ma was how that happened, because it wasn't a pit stop, but he stopped. Why did he stop? It was just a drive-through. It wasn't a stop and go. Anyway, never mind. Here we go. Cristian Romano with 6 minutes to go until halfway through the race. And he is all on his own by the best part of 10 seconds over Duprier, with Cavernalis now in third place in the Ginetta after Kalen Mawa had to do his drive-through there. So promotion, Cavernalis up in the Ginetta, and now Romano into the pits. Oh, you can see he tested that, so he did that perfectly. So normal pit stop coming up for the Audi. Duprier also in the Camaro. Is Charles Cavernalis, he goes through. So our new leader in a Ginetta. Yeah, look, it's that's what it is. You run risk of the contact happening at the back of the pack doing these back to front starts. But oh, he was unlucky there. I mean, really, he was kind of through. It was just the Mercedes that clipped him on his way back across the track. Right, in and out the pits. Romano's out and in 5th place. Duprier currently in the pits with Kalen Mawa now doing his normal pit stop in the Camaro. And Vandenberg still to clear his drive-through. Big gaps now between all the cars, actually. In GSR Gaming, having hectic lag spikes, had to retire. Who were you in the race, if I may ask? That Aston looked like a chick from Record Ralph. Glitching like mad. Right, Kalen, the police, the Rosas, RT comes. And pit stop now done and drive-through cleared. Running a little wide on that big left-hander again. He doesn't like that corner. That's when Niall went round the outside of him. Speaking of which, look who's in second place. I know he's still got to do his pit stops, but he's there. Right, let's get ourselves up here. Best, quickest lap, last laps. Charles Cabernelis, a 1:45.2. Niall, a 1:43.8. Paul Fenter, 1:44. Jeff Hardacre, 1:45. Anthony Wilson, we haven't seen much of him. He's running Allied Racing, or Porsche. What was that message I just missed? So half the field essentially pitted, and the top half need to now come in. Romano will essentially be our net leader. Vandenberg still to clear his drive-through. So Lee missing, Ethan Rutter's seat broke. It's Neil Krenner. Sorry, NGSR. Neil Krenner. Okay, I got it. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, that Aston Martin. You were having lag spikes. It was on the stream, in fact, if you go and watch. We were watching a bunch of cars, and you were just behind them coming through T1, and you were darting around the screen. It was. I even made a comment about it. So bad luck there, buddy. Anthony Wilson going quick and still yet to pit. Coming up to halfway. 31 minutes and some change. Niall trying to put in a couple of quick laps now. But look at this, Cavernalis, 1/10 behind them. This is first to second. These guys have to pit still, but good racing going on here. Little Janetta makes such a cool sound. I think it's a little 2.5 litre V6 in there. Still not coming in the pits. Yes, he is. Ooh. He was close there to the pit limiter. Paul Fenter still to come in. Here he comes. Oh, he's done his practice runs. Good man. Jeff Hardacre, he goes through for another lap. Anthony Wilson, is he coming in? He is. And there we go. Christian Romano goes through in the Audi. And he goes up to essentially net second. Third. With the two drivers up ahead still needing to pit. Dave Young looking at the back of Kalen Mawa's Camaro. Right, sub 9 minutes left on this pit window. Dupree in the pits now, Renier. There he is. Everyone else is out without a problem, so we wait for Jeff Hardaker and Niall Bullion. Here's Niall through the final turn, and here he comes. And there he goes. He's going to push it as far as he can. Niall's last lap of 1:43.7. He's putting in quick lap times to try and make up the time he can while he's in open air, no traffic. And Jeff goes with him. So they still yet to pit with sub 30 minutes, 28 minutes of this race left. And only 8 minutes left of the pit window. Oh, Dave Young gets a drive through. Where did he do it? It's probably the first chicane. So it's here. He's done a shortcut somewhere and he's gone off track somewhere here. Oh, it's the exit of that chicane. That's where it happened. He was kind of following Callan Mawa. Oh, and he's off again here. So Dave Young struggling now, but he's going to come in and complete that. And he does so now. Good man. Right, where's Niall? Is he coming in? Nope. Gee. And we've had another disconnect. Down to 12 cars now, so somebody else has gone. Kyle Vandenberg. He's disconnected. Now you can see Niall pushing hard. Big four-wheel drift through that big left-hander. Jeff Hardaker into the pits. 6 minutes left. So lap times at 1:50, almost 2 minutes. Niall has to come in at least in the next 2 laps. 3 laps pushing it. Yeah, agreed, Sean. Plenty people abusing track limits, and it's tough on this track. Might not think it, but you can't go too much off on these chicanes. There, if you go too wide, you get one there. The last turn, the first turn. Niall's coming in. You can see his tires are shot. Here he comes. .8 seconds back to Romano. Is he changing? Yeah, he's got to do tires. I always say that. Right. Where's Christian? He's middle. Oh, here he is already. Final turn. 28 seconds isn't that far back. And I'll be sitting in the pits and hear the wailing Audi go past. That's first place. Right, where's Pierre? Oh, Pierre's all the way back here. So is Niall going to get out in second? Considering the drama he's had and to be in second place. Sure. He's had some luck this evening. It's not going yet. Here he goes. Oh, this is going to be close. Camaro's going past. There it is. And the Camaro goes through. That is second place. So you can. Oh, he almost runs wide there. Oh, brings it back. And needs to just settle down. he knows he's going to push hard to try and chase down Dupree's Camaro. Yep, agreed, 100%. But I mean, we haven't seen Romano make a mistake anyway. He's just been like clockwork. So great, great new driver wherever he comes from. Sean, where's he from? You would have seen or picked up on his connection or his when he joined us. Right, so Niall's got 23 minutes to catch up to Dupree's Camaro. And considering the drama that he's had this whole race, he got turned around, he had an off, he had 2 offs. So he's done well, yeah. Yeah, he does. He needs to keep it tidy. Poor old Mr. Barrington Smith, all the way down in 11th. I say all the way down there, but he was collected in a big accident. And although the car's been repaired, he's got to do it all over again. So he's busy chasing down Dave Young at the moment. All right, so Mr. Romano from Italy. His last lap a 1:43.7, so extremely clean and consistent driving. His best a 1:42.8, his last a 1:43.7. Just across your pond. And Romano over the line at 1:43.6, even quicker. So still got good pace as he pedals around. Let's have a look if I can. I don't know if I can post a link in this chat or not. Oh, I can. So this is the link that I use to see what the weather's like and so on, and
The window is now closed.
etc. Where my missus lives in Redcar. It's they've got 2 webcams in the Coast Watch. Anyway, yeah, we booked her tickets, so she's flying back the 29th of April. So I'm on countdowns now for the next almost 4 weeks, but at least we have a return date. Right, so Niall closing in right here with Dupree's Camaro, as we can see. Trying to get into Dupree's head. He runs wide. Oh, look at that. He totally got into his head. Let's go back 10 seconds. Dupree outbrakes himself, carries too much pace through there. And there we go. Niall gets the pass done. And into second place he goes, nice and clean. Good bit of tactical driving. Wilfred Robson, right under the wing of Anthony Wilson. What's have a look tomorrow, Sean, at that link. There's another link just below the screen. There's 2 webcams, the one's off for service. But when it comes back on, there's an offshore wind farm right on the coast of Redcar with I don't know, about 2 or 3 dozen monster big wind turbines in the sea. Very interesting view, actually. So Wilfred following Anthony Wilson. Anthony Wilson now having to deal with a whole lot of pressure here. Side by side now as they come up to the chicane. Wilfred thinks twice about it and backs out. Anthony tears into the chicane, a little bit hot. And, gee, Wilfred's super close. Yeah. We WhatsApp each other, and then once or twice she's gone and stood on the breakwater with like a cardboard sign saying, "Hello, Alan in Cape Town." And then I take a picture from the webcam, but you can't really see the message on the cardboard because it's so small and it's such a low-res camera. But then she loads a picture. Her sister takes a photo standing next to her, and then we see what the message was on Facebook. So good fun and games, but yeah, she says it is a miserable town. It's not a lacquer place at all. Max, also, yeah. So I'm convinced at night, if you look at that webcam, you can actually see lights on the other side of the ocean, which I'm convinced is probably the Netherlands. I'm sure you can. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm being an idiot, but. Right, 15, just under 16 minutes to go. Romano leads, and Niall, he's up on his lap time, so Niall trying to close in. What is the gap? So, Romano heading down towards the hairpin. Oh, it's quite far. And Niall's there. Alright, 22 seconds back. And then a further 3.8 seconds back to Pierre Duprier in the Camaro. We're going to go back to Wilfred. These two guys having an awesome dice here. Oh, Dave Young having a whole lot of drama in the background there. As the dust clears, he was very wide in the Merc. Barrington Smith. Oh, and Wade's all sideways in that Mercedes. And here comes Barrington Smith. He's going to go right past him. Does in fact go past. And Dave needs to be wise. If he keeps his foot in it, he's going to get another drive through for all these off tracks he's having. Oh dear. Some more little pings and some more little network issues going on here. Oh, Anthony Anthony having a drama through that chicane. And that's allowed Wilfred to close right up on him now. Yeah, cool, Max. I hear you. I don't know. I mean, if you go and look at that camera, you can see there's lights on the ocean. I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh, my word. He's got a drive-through. Our leader, Christian Romano, has just picked up a drive-through. So he obviously went through that first chicane a little bit too off-track, and he's been carrying a couple of them. So we've got a race on our hands, gents. Niall Billion has seen that come up on his screen and he's going, yes, thank you very much. 21 seconds back. It's almost going to be what the drive-through is going to be as far as time goes. Here we go. Here comes drama. We've got a 12-minute sprint race with these two. Shame. Bad luck, Christian. Is he coming in now? He is. Right, so he's going to get this done and dusted and out the way. He's not stopping, it's just a drive through. Niall's quite a ways back. Here he comes down to the final turn. So he's going to be pushing hard to close up this 20 seconds. Christian is out the other side of the pits. He's released the pit limiter and Niall's only over the line now, but that gap's closed down from 20 something seconds. Let's watch in the background there. Okay, we don't see it in that view. All good, got you. Up north. Here's Niall. So the gap's probably about, there it is. It's 6.7 seconds. Guaranteed he's going to be driving the wheels of this Porsche to try and close up. Romano coming up to some traffic as well. It's the Mercedes-Benz of Duplessis in 12th place. So depending on where he catches up to that car and how easily he moves out the way, this could be helping Niall to close in the gap to this Audi. Jeff Hardacre. Oh, and the Mercedes gets out the way. Jeff Hardacre in the Porsche attacking the back of Kalen Mawa's Camaro. So Kalen Mawa having to sustain some more pressure here. So just on 10 minutes to go, and we finally got some dices going on. It's weird how that happens. They all kind of stretch out and then they all concertina up later on in the races. So now 6.6 seconds off Romano. That's the gap for first to second. Jeff 8/10 off the back. And that other racer we're watching, here it is, Wilfred and Anthony Wilson. Oh, and he's just hit that big speed bump I've told you about. Let's go and look at that again. Watch this Porsche bounce over here. Jeez, he gets completely up in the air. He did well to hang on to it. So and Barrington Smith closing in as well. So this almost now turning into a three-way dice behind Anthony Wilson. The three Porsches. So Barrington Smith also coming to have some fun. Last laps, Romano a 155. That was his bad lap. A 55.4 with the drive-through, and Niall Billion a 43.5. So Niall's still driving hard, and the gap 6.7 seconds at the moment. Hey, just under 9 minutes to go. 8 minutes 50 seconds. Are we going to see some more changes? I think Barrington's going to get to the back of Wilfred for sure. Here he comes. Jeez, Wilfred's Porsche looking severely second-hand. It's battered everywhere. He's been in the wars for sure. Oh, Barrington Smith goes super wide. Manages to catch it. But he was in all sorts of strife coming out of that chicane. Niall, 6.2 off the back now of Romano. So he is closing the gap, but super slow. I see Dave Young in the background in his Mercedes ping-ponging around the corner. So he's obviously got some bad internet connection. The 3 Porsches. Oh, Anthony Wilson, whole lot of trouble there. Wow, he caught that. Let's go back quickly. Look at the bottom of your screen. Oh, he almost turns the Porsche around. Wilfred gets a drive, and then Barrington Smith goes through as well. And then Wilfred gets a tank slapper. Oh, look at this. They're driving into each other. Yes. Anthony Wilson just hammers into the back of Barry's by mistake, I'm sure. Let's go 10 seconds. Oh, we missed most of that, but we did catch it. But shoo-wee, a lot of drama happening there with like 6 minutes left in this race. So Anthony Wilson's just gone backwards in that race and Wilfred's gone forward. So he extends his gap 3.9 seconds. There's Barry's in the background. I wonder how much damage he's carrying, but gee, did they struggle through that chicane. They were just playing dodgems. Everyone was driving into everyone. Wow. Right, Niall down to 5.6 seconds. He's running out of time, isn't he? 5.5 minutes left in this race. I don't think he's going to make it. Last laps, Romano, a 1:43.8. Niall, a 1:43.4. I wonder if anyone's still carrying some off tracks, some penalties. Because you can't risk now, you know, if you are carrying some, you got 5 minutes to go. You got to slow down to risk not running off track. Indeed, full on double whammy. The Porsches were going at each other there. I'm sure Barry's doesn't mind, but that was a little bit of a left-right bump and forward and backward, and he gets collected by Anthony Wilson, and geez, it was all happening there for a moment. So with 4.5 minutes left, is the drama done? Is this win going to go to Christian Romano? Yeah, it looks like the gap is staying static at the moment. 5.7 seconds. Well, Niall can certainly say he didn't have an eventful evening this evening. Jeez, he's had about 2 or 3 big dramas, off tracks, almost turned the car around. Leaders had a drive through. Oh, there, Mr. Wilson gets a 5-second penalty for that contact into the back of Barrington Smith. Look, I'm sure it wasn't intentional, it was accidental, but still, it was a rear end punt, and that's the penalty. So, yeah, indeed. Hopefully, Romano stays, keeps the car on the track and doesn't do any mistakes. I'll tell you what, we didn't see that. Let me go back 30 seconds. Watch this. With 4 minutes left, watch this. Into the braking here, and then there's another car. It's Anthony Wilson. I thought it was Romano, so it was Anthony Wilson in his Porsche stuck up against the barriers there. That's what the yellow flag was for. Here he comes. So I thought that was Romano maybe going off track, and Bullion had closed in, but my mistake. Jeff Hardaker again on the back of Kalen Mawa. Here they come. Ron Barrington Smith looking at Wilfred. Oh, they close with 1 minute, just under 2 minutes to go. This one was quite entertaining earlier, so we'll stick with these guys for now, because it was through the next section that they all got all left and right. Hey, Hilton's, how's it? Barry's putting huge pressure here again. No worries, man. We started off with 16, but we've had a couple of drop-offs, and we're down to 12 left. Barrington Smith decided to start at the back of the grid and try and drive through the grid, and got collected in an accident, and he's had a very eventful evening. And we have a new driver, Christian Romano, here from Italy, I believe, and he's pretty much led start to finish, but also got a drive through and still stayed in the lead. Niall Bullion started second, drove off the track, had a drama, fell down to about 6th, then drove back to second. So there's been quite a lot of stuff happening. Is he going to get over? He is. So one more lap. It's about to start his last lap.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Kalen Mawa, what's going on here? He's caught up to the back of Paul Fenter, and Jeff has dropped off the back of him, so these Camaras having a good dice. Oh, Robson, quickly. Oh, the pass is done. So Barrington Smith in fact goes through, and he will finish in 8th place by the looks of it. Romano heading through the middle sector now. And there's Niall in the distance. That gap 5 seconds. So I think Romano's just lifting and managing it as he drives it to the end. Yeah. Isn't that true? Barry's best way to follow Wilfred is 50 meters ahead of him. So there we go. Bit of an eventful evening actually, but great drive by this this chap. Well done. Yes, flash your lights. Well deserved. All the way from Italy, Cristiano Romano takes the win. His first race here. Now that was superb, man. I don't know if Lee's watching on the YouTubes or not, but there we go. Pierre Dupré, here he comes, and Camaro in for third. So Audi, Porsche and Camaro with Cavernalis in the Ginetta bringing home fourth place. So great result for him as well. And then we've got Mr. Fenter and Mr. Kalen Mawa. They thunder around like the old SAS cars. Big V8s. Kalen trying everything in his ability, including outbraking himself almost, but that's not going to happen. And they come over for 5th and 6th respectively. So well done to the Camaros. Jeff Hardacre was having a good dice, but he dropped off the back of Kalen Mawa just now. Still good result for him, 7th. And Ryan Barrington Smith, he comes in for 8th ahead of Wilfred Robson. Very eventful race for all of these guys. Dave Young, he brings the Mamba over. Well done there, Barry's flashing his lights. And Anthony Wilson's already in the in the pits. Awesome. There we go. Thanks very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. That was actually good fun. Yeah, Pierre Dupré on the podium. Great stuff. So I think let's just go and check that. Ron Barrington Smith is going to go out and have a what is he? Oh, he's going to go and do some donuts for us. There we go. Good. So that's the end of the GT4 series. Thanks very much to everybody for joining us and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We will look at refreshing and bringing in some changes in the next season. We'll also try and get hold of Ike, Sean, see if you can ping him or whatnot and what's going on. And we can maybe dual comms for the next series. But for now, we're going to take a little bit of a break off the set leagues. And we'll be back soon. But from me for this evening, it's thanks to everybody and goodbye.